Hey there, Transformers. Can you believe it? It is Thursday, noon hour, which means it's time to engineer your energy. I'm Caroline Milton, your resident burnout, and stress management coach. I'm here to help you engineer your energy, help you feel more productive during your workday, help you feel more fulfillment out of life through how you're treating your body, really. My background is in manufacturing. I started in the manufacturing world after graduating with an engineering degree. Spent 8 years leading teams in that industry before transitioning into entrepreneurship. And I now run my own organization, Milton Coaching Collective, where we help equip others in the STEM industries with a vast toolkit for better managing their stress and preventing burnout. So I'm all about the tricks of the trade when it comes to preventative maintenance, both before in an industrial sense and now in a holistic health and wellness sense. So today's topic is on what's going well, focusing on positive outcomes. What's the importance of this, both from an individual standpoint and then also when it comes to our teams? Now, the thing about our brains is that negative emotions generally involve more thinking, and the information is processed more thoroughly than positive ones, which is why we're generally able to recall negative moments or negative feedback with more vivid clarity than times when we've been praised either in our work or in our personal life. So our brain is actually keeping the score, but not in a 1-to-1 ratio, right? It's not like every time we pocket a win, it offsets when we have a loss or a perceived loss. So it's important for us to make sure that we're being really intentional about acknowledging when things are going well. And this isn't about developing a big ego. This is truly just about gathering data to say, hey, things are going well. Things are going according to plan. You're growing, you're developing, you're contributing to the team. Let's remember that. So here's the thing about this type of approach to our mindset is that when we start by focusing on what's going well, and I do this with my clients at the beginning of every session, we are more likely to make decisions and influence our behaviors in a positive way because we have started with a mindset of acknowledgement, of praise, of self-reflection. So we're starting in this positive place, and it has this cascading effect on the thoughts that we have, the decisions that we're making as we progress. So at the beginning of every session with a client, I ask what's going well. It can be a tiny win, it can be a big success, but it's just something small that we can build upon. So by asking yourself or asking your team, hey, what's something that's going well, or what's something that has gone well in the past 24 hours, you're going to get yourself, or again, your team, into a space where we're going to start making cascading decisions or start having cascading thoughts that are creative, that are problem solving, that are collaborative, right? If we start our meetings or we start our day from a place of criticism, hey, this didn't go well, this is the issue, how can we come up with solutions, that can initiate a stress response, right? And we know that when we are experiencing a stress response, our body, by nature, is prioritizing blood flow to certain areas as part of that stress response. And what it does is it provides blood to the part of our brain necessary for quick thinking and our fight or flight response. But what it's not doing is focusing blood to the part of our brain responsible for critical thinking. Okay, so that critical thinking, that creative problem-solving area of our brain has been deprioritized during this stress response. So if you're starting your meetings, you're starting your day with negativity, right? If we're focusing on the negative, what's not going well, if this is causing a stress response, then our teams by nature, ourselves by nature, are not able to critically think and problem solve to the same extent as we would facing the exact same scenario, but starting from a place of celebrating the win. Okay, so again, focusing first on what's going well and then creatively targeting, well, where do we need to make up the gap to performance can be such night and day difference if we start with that key piece of what's going well. So how does this pertain to our health and our well-being, especially our relationship with stress, right? Well, obviously, if we start by focusing on the negative, then our stress response is going to be initiated from the get-go. And studies have shown that it is harder to turn a good mood to a bad mood than vice versa. So if we start with praise, celebration, acknowledgement, and then we tackle the hard stuff, we're more likely to maintain that good mood, that positive mindset, that helpful self-talk as we problem solve, okay? But if we start with the negativity, then that's not the case. So if we're taking on daily action, creating a journal of just capturing the smallest, tiniest wins. Hey, I got outside for 15 minutes today. Hey, I implemented a stress management technique in between meetings because I realized that I was starting to lose my cool. These can be capturing the small wins, reinforcing in our mind the things that are positive that are happening during the day, putting further thought process and processing of those emotions forth so that they're matching and balancing with the negative thoughts, the negative moments of our day. So my challenge to you coming out of this today, either from an individual standpoint or from a team standpoint, is the next time you're starting a meeting, you're starting the workday, you're starting a project, start by asking, what can we celebrate right now? What can we acknowledge as a win? Either from an individual standpoint, maybe we can highlight a member of the team who really went above and beyond, or maybe we can acknowledge something that the team has done collaboratively. But start by focusing on what's going well, and then pursue the gaps to performance from there. Next week, we will be off for Thanksgiving. I hope you all, if you are in the States, have an opportunity to spend that day how you most enjoy spending that day, whether it is celebrating the holiday or otherwise. But we will be back the following Thursday. Between now and then, however, we have our second date for our burnout prevention during winter training, and I hope to see you there. This is about acknowledging the additional challenges that exist during those winter months and making sure that we have a robust toolkit in place to prevent burnout, to manage our stress. So if you haven't already, you can sign up using the link on the screen right now. That's bit.ly/burnout. The B and the T are capitalized on burnout, so make sure that you've captured that correctly. That way you can get access to this exclusive training, and it's a 90-minute training with an accompanying workbook. And that workbook will help serve as a guide for you throughout the winter season so that you can further your own growth and development through these cold, short days of the year. Hope to see you there, and we'll see you next time.